The hotel Wi-Fi remembered him. I logged in with my own name. Hook. The Wi-Fi portal at the hotel lobby greeted me like a partner who had memorized the wrong vows. "Welcome back, Daniel Hale," it said, bold font, cheerful betrayal. My husband had been here last week, allegedly for a donor dinner that ran long. He hadn't mentioned the hotel. He hadn't mentioned the fact that the login page remembered his email, his device, his hunger. My name is Adrian. I'm 35. I write copy that convinces strangers that patience is just convenience rehearsed. My husband Daniel arranges exhibitions, rooms tuned until strangers behave like believers. 4 years married, we are good at the choreography of decency. Coffee where a hand will find it, the good glasses even for water, kisses on the doorframe like receipts. We are less good at fire. We keep postponing it like a dangerous renovation. The concierge gave me a key card without raising an eyebrow. "Welcome back," she said, professional mercy humming in her voice. The elevator mirrored me into accuracy, a man looking for his husband inside the reflection of a stranger. On the 10th floor, the carpet hushed me like it had seen too much. Room 1014 was at the end of a hallway designed to make you ask forgiveness. The card reader turned green with the eagerness of a lie. The room smelled like citrus over perfume, a cover-up rehearsed and almost convincing. 2 glasses by the bed, a receipt on the desk that said breakfast for 2, a tie on the chair that didn't belong to me. The bathroom mirror still fogged as if the shower had been teaching someone else about his shoulders. Daniel stood by the window, sleeves rolled, collar loosened, looking at the city like he needed it to answer. He turned when the door closed. His mouth did the wreckage I have always trusted, no rehearsal, just the truth asking for a chair. "You kissed him," I said. "Questions are for people with less evidence." "Twice," he said, not bothering with theater. "Once because I wanted to be chosen without auditioning. Once because I wanted to hurt us hard enough to move. Both times I thought of you. Both times I kept going." The room did its affidavit, HVAC sighing, an elevator cable deciding, a laugh from the street like someone survived without deserving to. I set my palm where it belongs, between his shoulder blades, the square that convinces lungs to behave. We kept it clean enough for the glass and explicit enough that the window remembered our names. My mouth found the place under his jaw where my name still rents space. "I don't want to audition for your forgiveness," he said into my collar. "I want to be chosen and then worth it." "Then stop renting rooms for honesty," I said. "Take me to a window we own." He laughed, sharp and unhandsome, which is why I married him. He poured water into the heavy glasses like ritual is still a currency, and we drank it the way survivors of small fires do, grateful, thirsty, unwilling to leave. We left the hotel together, the key card buried in my pocket like evidence that wouldn't testify. Outside, the air had opinions. We walked the 11 blocks home because walking is the only prayer that doesn't ask for permission. At our door, I pulled blue painter's tape from the junk drawer and stuck a square on the kitchen window. Above it, I wrote 807 with the pencil that lives beside the calendar. 4 minutes of breath with his palm where breath listens. 3 minutes of inventory, 3 facts, 2 fears, 1 want, no prosecution. Water in the good glasses at 8:20. The liturgy of staying. That night at 8:07, he set his palm to the square of my back and my lungs obeyed like animals grateful for employment. The city outside performed its affidavit, sirens practicing remorse, buses deciding, someone laughing like survival, but we didn't narrate. At 8:12 we inventoried. His facts. He had texted the man ending it. He had told the gallery director to stop outsourcing intimacy. He had deleted the autofill that made the hotel so proud of him. His fears. that attention still dressed as oxygen, that I would prefer dignity to fire. His want was my name as a verb. Be with me, not near me. It wasn't tidy. Twice that week he was late, and the old monologue in my throat powdered its nose and demanded a microphone. I made it sit with the refrigerator. Once I saw the man outside a cafe, tie loosened to the illegal degree, laughing with a woman whose earrings looked like punctuation. He lifted 2 fingers, whether not invitation. I nodded, because spite is expensive and I intend to retire loved. At 3:15 the next day, my phone buzzed a push alert: no app admits to coding. Listen to 11 seconds of water. Present/bus stop, I sent. Present/rigging, he replied, which is exhibition speak for I'm up where the weight is, making sure nothing falls on you when you walk under it. We fought competently, like tenants who respect walls. I asked why applause still smelled like oxygen in his chest. He asked why I polish dignity until it slips. I said I'm tired of writing copy for us that reads like compliance. He said he forgot he could ask me for noise. We traded sentences heavy enough to work and small enough to carry. He said the man's name twice and mine enough times that the inch behind my ribs clocked in again. The hotel emailed a survey. How was your stay? I typed. Your water pressure is honest. Your sheets are complicit. We're moving our loyalty program to the kitchen. I read it to him at 8:20 while our glasses clicked their small hymn, and he kissed the corner of my mouth like feedback should always be physical. We added customs at the border of home. When one of us opens the door, he says, I'm in, because present is sexier than sorry when it's honest. The hallway light is on a sensor now. It wakes when we cross. If one of us must be late, he texts present place. The lock clicks like a paid witness. We tip it with patience so it keeps telling the truth. One evening he took me to a half-finished lobby he was dressing for donors. Plastic on the floor, scaffolding in the air. He tuned a pendant lamp until the plywood decided to glow. Walk with me, he said, which in our marriage means see me before strangers do. I stepped into the light he made, and my mouth found the place under his ear where our first language is still stored. Clean. Explicit enough to teach steal our names. The security camera bowed and decided to retire. There were relapses. A late drink that lingered. A morning when I answered his inventory with a joke and had to apologize with my mouth, not my words. Each time the tape square caught us. Some nights it was only breath. Some nights the room blurred and the window forgave us. The erotic part wasn't the robe on the hotel hook or the breakfast for two. It was water in the good glasses clicking like a language we finally learned. It was my name in his mouth at the windows blue, spoken like rent paid on time. It was his hand at my back in public, quick, nothing for cameras, everything for the animal I am. People ask, under misbehaving streetlights and in bathroom lines, who the villain was. They want me to say a man with forgiving wrists, or a hotel with forgiving light, or a husband who outsourced urgency to a Wi-Fi portal. The truth humiliates us evenly, which is the only mercy that works. The villain was the version of us that treated heat like an errand and romance like a subscription. The miracle was repetitive and small: knock on our own door. Say where we are, put a palm where breath listens, count to 60, try again. Last night he set the hotel key card in the drawer labeled miscellaneous, which is another way to spell maybe. Souvenir, he said, for the day we forget what rooms are for. He pressed his palm between my shoulders and the square agreed. We let the city narrate itself and didn't buy a single word. Tonight at 7:58 I'll set my phone face down like manners are still a technology worth installing. At 8:07 his palm will find the back of the heart and the tape will remember why it was hired. If we miss, we'll do the only miracle repetition ever made plausible. Try again. 8, 17, 10, 10, 11, 11, whenever mercy clocks in. Somewhere a hotel Wi-Fi portal is greeting the wrong man with a cheerful welcome back. Our door knows our knock. It keeps opening when we ask it to.